My name is Rodrigo Sáez Muñoz. I am the Director General of the Worlddidac Association, and I have the honor to be here with my friend Jun Zheng, Managing Director of Speexx. He's based out of Shanghai, and he has kindly accepted to give us a little bit of insight on the partnership models that are available in China so that our members can explore possible collaboration models and how foreign companies can engage with local players. So thank you once again for your generosity. Please.
Good afternoon. Hello, my name is Jun Zheng. I'm the Managing Director of Speexx China. So we've been operating in China for more than 15 years. As a German company in China, it's a long history, and we are focusing on corporate education market, basically. So I'm very honored. I'm very honored to be here to share my experiences with everyone who are interested in today. Now, talking about a partnership. Actually, I think in the first few years when we first came to China, we did have very advanced partnerships selling into academic market, universities, institutions, and also we have partnerships to sell into training centers in China. Because as you know, that China is the third largest country in the world. So its territory is basically covering more than the whole Europe and even like a couple of Europe's territory. And we got 1.4 billion population. It's hard to imagine a German company can cover the whole market. That was the reason why we decided to go first of all to direct business. Along with the direct business, we also have partnerships. And by the time we also now, when we talking about the partnerships, there are roughly 7 different kind of ways for international companies to come to China by using partnerships. Number one is the licensee models. It will be more like a reseller partner. So basically, you're reselling your curriculum, your models, your technology, your brand, with your local partners. So they basically are behaving or acting like yourself in China. That's one simple way to start your business in China. The second model that you can think of will be the joint venture. Basically, depending on what kind of target education segment that you want to go into. If you're going to go into like a credential related, degree related, a real, official education related, ideally you should use a local partner who can joint venture with you, and then letting them be the major shareholder. So the business that you can run through your local joint venture partner will be much safer. They will be responsible for all the local investment. You will be responsible for the international standards and delivery. That will also be one of the most popular way to set up a business in China. The third modeling that you can think of will be like a wholly foreign-owned enterprises. Although people will say, well, this VFO kind of is not partner. Of course it is partner because you need local talents, right? Like me, although Speexx operating in China is a VFO, it's a fully Germany-owned company, but I never been treated like an employee, but more like a partner that I'm operating in China with fully authorization by using a power of attorney. So basically, I can decide within the agreed, guidelines. That kind of partnership will fully empower you, 100% ownership of your business, with local talents empowering and giving you this kind of entrepreneurship to run your business in China. The fourth way is a representative office. But unfortunately, in China, the representative office can only establish business relationships. So it cannot establish any kinds of real contracts on your behalf, which means it will be more like a sales office, finding out your potentials, finding out your potential customers, but all the contracts need to be established between you as a foreign company and the Chinese company. For this kind of a representative office, it's a much more used in the large deals, with longer sales cycles, with those huge potential huge, large investment related. And the representative office either to be concerned about the service delivery, quality control, at IP protection related, but not really business operation related. And the fourth way is a franchise model. That's more like a licensing model, but different from licensing model is that a franchise only give you the content, brand, framework, and know-how. But the rest, whether it is successful or not really at your control. It's really the franchisees. Then that requires you invest quite a lot of time to investigate whether the franchisees have the ability to operating, to marketing your brand. Risk very high, you know. But the sixth part kind of model will be the online education platform partner. My term will be platform partner. So usually you can find linking learning kind of platforms in China. We got the Zhishueyun, a local LMS provider. We have a Yunshuetang. We have like a Tencent classroom. We have Alibaba campus. So those large platforms offers the channels for international service providers to sell through those kind of platforms. But that involves quite a long-term discussions, negotiations, commission discussions, distribution discussions, content modification discussions. I'm not sure whether this really fits for the SME companies to go into. The last one is, interesting enough, the government has been encouraging international cooperations among universities and institutions with the dual degree programs. Like a Chinese student go for this kind of program will get accredited by the local university and spend a couple of years abroad to get a second degree. That kind of cooperation will be cherished by governments and the local authorities as well. As far as I know, that the best will be higher education providers or specialized training organizations to cooperate or partner with those like Chinese universities, colleges, or institutions to carry out their business. So basically, if we're talking about the partners, these are the main 7 models that I can recommend to think of.
Thank you, Jun, for that insight. Among our members who are listening to us right now, watching us have this conversation, we have industry leaders, multi-billion-dollar companies, and we have a tremendously large number of small and medium-sized enterprises. And obviously, the two work in very different environments and have very different needs. And I think among those 7 models that you discussed, there's room for all of them. China
Yes.
can provide an opportunity to really delve into what will work best given the technology or solutions that the small and medium enterprises or industry is providing, as well as what market they're really aiming. Is it a short-term opportunity they're looking at? Are they looking a decade ahead? Obviously, all of this affects it. And the only way to really find out about this is to come to China. Come to Worlddidac Asia in Hangzhou, September 17th to the 19th. But I'm very excited. I think that for companies that forego the opportunities of China, they're being a little myopic. It is, after all, an advanced economy. It is, after all, it is the largest economy in terms of population and size of the economy. And it's a society that's open for business. It's a society that values education like perhaps no other. So any message that you want to send to the Worlddidac community?
Well, first of all, I think this is the best opportunity for companies who are either already starting their business in China or has the plan to go to China, to come to China using the event that happened in September will be the best option to take. Because as a Chinese, we're always talking about the building relationships, which building relationship is not necessarily talking about the guanxi, but establish the direct contact with people who are already in that situation. Like today's communication, why me as a Chinese giving you some insights? Because I'm already inside the country and I'm already doing the business for over a decade. And I think the event happened in September in Hangzhou will be a best opportunity for those people who are hesitating whether to come or not. Because if, without any in-field experience, you can always dreaming, oh, there will be challenge, oh, not worth the money, oh, we need to commit all the investment. No, come to China to meet people, friendly partners, great opportunities to experience how your customers or maybe your users, right, are living in what kind of a society, and to feel what's the differences that a Chinese businessman and woman different from the people that and also to feel how the business or what kind of business atmosphere that you can expecting. It's only a couple of days, but I'm sure that those 3 or 4 days of staying in Hangzhou or spending another like a week around China will give you an in-depth understanding why it is the best time to start to knowing Chinese market and to come to China. So the Worlddidac event in Hangzhou will be the best opportunity because you will be provided with the tremendous opportunities to meet people.
And Jun, you really touch an important sociocultural aspect, and that even though you can exchange emails, have Teams or Zoom meetings, it is the face-to-face time. It's, sharing dumplings, sharing a meal, which is where the real relationship begins to be built.
Yeah.
And it is such an important part of it. And China is, as you said, is such a huge landmass with multiple cultures within it.
Yeah.
It's like saying Europe, European food. No, it's not just European food. It's Italian, it's French, it's Greek, it's German, and so on. And in each one, has its own peculiarities. Yes, we all have a European outlook, but within that, there are so many distinctions. And by exploring them and getting to know them, you will be richer in the process.
Definitely. And the location that the Worlddidac chose is fantastic because Hangzhou got the image, I would say, the scenery that most of the Westerners have, the mountains, the lake, and also it has the best green tea ever in China. It's called a Longjing tea. I highly recommend to go for that tea with your
Jun,
potential
I think we
partner.
need to have tea in
Let's
Hangzhou
do that.
together. And friends, please join us.
Yeah, let's do that.
Thank you very much, Jun. And I think that we may still have a couple of questions. If in the next few days you have time, we would love to clarify those. So
Sure.
see you soon.
See you. Thank you. Bye.